This is the plaintiff, Latif. He says the defendant sued him regarding a house sale that didn't go through. The lawsuit was frivolous. He had to hire an expensive lawyer and is suing the defendant for the legal fees. That's right. The defendant tried using the legal system to harass him. He spent $6,355 on legal fees and is going to teach the defendant a lesson because he thinks the judge will side with him today. This is the defendant, Sarah Darabi. She says the plaintiff's a sneaky guy who backed out on a house deal, and when she complained, he tried to extort money from her by raising the price they'd initially agreed upon. She sued him in court. Now the baby's trying to get his legal fees paid by her when he was the one who double-crossed her in the first place. Please. She's accused of being frivolous.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff sued over a house deal and wants the money that he paid a lawyer in order to fight this thing. But the defendant says the plaintiff backed out of a house deal and tried extorting money from him. It's the case of Home Alone.
Thank you, Douglas. Latif, you are suing Sarah Darabi for $6,355 in legal fees that you're out as a result of a lawsuit she filed against you. Tell me about it.
On February 9th, I was at the foreclosure sale. First time I met the defendant at the sale, and she indicated to me that she's a property management of the property which is going to sale. And she indicated that she doesn't have enough money to bid on it because the bid came in like $326,000. So I told her that I bought the property, and I told her that I'm willing to give her the property.
Wait, hold on, back it up. You're at a foreclosure sale.
Right.
So on the courthouse steps, they're selling the the bank is
right.
essentially selling the, not literally the steps,
Trustee
but
sale.
Trying to sell it in order to pay off the loan.
Right.
So they set a price of what?
$326,000 some odd dollars.
Okay, you don't know each other. She walks up to you and she says what to you?
She told me that she was a property manager
that property.
of that property. She's collecting rent for the owner, but nobody's paying the mortgage payment or the property tax or the association dues.
Right.
So the bank foreclosing
right.
on a first trustee.
Right. And so she tells you what?
She tells me that she intended to buy the property at the sale, but she didn't have enough money to buy it. Therefore, I purchased the property.
Okay, so she asks you, will you buy the property? Just walk up to a complete stranger and tells you, like, how does she pick you out of all the people there to do that?
Well, there were a few people standing next to me. She was talking to anybody. And I told her that I will give her the property if she bring me a cashier check next day, because she.
But if she doesn't have the money today, how is she going to have the money tomorrow?
Well, I don't know. Maybe she didn't bring it.
Oh, you thought she just didn't bring it in this, like she switched purses in the middle of the week, and so she didn't have the money. She doesn't have the money. Why would you think that tomorrow she can bring you an entire cashier's check? And why would you say, oh, and then I won't charge you anything to a complete stranger? You're there to buy the property. So you're literally walking up to strangers and asking them to buy a property for you?
No, Your Honor. It was my first time. I took a $10,000 cashier's check, letter from the loan officer that I'm well qualified to buy the property. I did not know. Over there, I find out from the people that you have to pay all cash.
Right.
And at that time, we were talking to so many people, and the reason I talked
Who's we?
I was talking to other people who were at the trustee.
And asking them what, the same thing?
No, just the information, and that I really, because I found this property, it was my dream home. 6 months.
It was your dream home?
It was. I worked on it, my whole family, my mother, my kids worked. We cleaned up the property. The previous owner, it was in foreclosure. Previous owner abandoned it and moved to South Dakota. So
yeah, but that doesn't make it yours. Why are you guys?
No.
Okay, so you're cleaning it, you're doing work on it.
I did all that because he told me that.
Who told you?
The previous owner.
Told you?
That if you give me the incentive, I will do the short sale, and you will be able to buy the property in short sale. So I did all the work. I put the tenant over there who still paying $2,400 to him. Mm-hmm. And
You got paid for that by the other landlord, right?
I'm sorry?
You got paid for that, for your property management
property
services
management
by the
fee,
other
yes,
landlord, for the things
yes.
you're talking about
Yes,
now.
yes.
And then any fixing up you or your family did of the place,
Yes.
you were fixing up a place that didn't belong to you, which is risky. That may
Right.
not work out for you. So
It
now
didn't work.
you find him, a complete stranger, and what do you say to him?
Okay, that, if you buy it for $326, I'm ready to buy for $340 right away.
What's right away?
Like 30-day escrow, I showed him the offer. I did send him the offer the next day.
Did he
as
sign
well.
it?
No, he changed his mind the next day that no, it is going to be $350, and then stop returning phone calls and emails and everything, and that's how.
If it was your dream home, what was the difference? It was supposed to be $340, according to you?
$340, that's what I because he was-
Verbally, according to
verbally,
you,
340,
agreed to with him. Then
340.
he starts to try to extort you for $350.
Right, so he could make some money too. I just wanted to be fair, that
Yeah.
he's helping me out.
Right, but you were going to pay him $20, and now he wanted you to pay him $30 because he knows how much you like the house. So he changed his mind.
Right.
And what's in your hand?
The photo of the house,
Oh, okay, so I can see how pretty it is.
yes.
Okay, let me see. So when he says $350 or no deal, what do you say?
I told him $350 is okay, and I signed all the paper.
Right.
But then
Oh,
he
okay.
changed his mind to $400.
He did.
Yes.
Did he send you emails saying, now I want $400?
No, verbally.
Verbally, he told you,
My
never mind.
attorney,
I
yeah.
want $400 now.
Yeah, the reason I had to sue him because he was not answering the phone calls, emails. So I got the attorney, and his attorney told my attorney $400. The price went to $400 now.
Ah, jeez. Wow, what an opportunist. I thought he was just some nice guy who was going to make no money and then All right, so here's the thing. You then go to court. Your attorney goes to
Right.
court and files a lawsuit that, frankly, he should have never filed. Right?
Well, I'm not the attorney, so
No,
I don't
I know. But this is the first thing they teach you in law school. You cannot have a verbal contract for the sale of land. The sale of land has to always be in writing.
We had emails, Your Honor.
No,
We had the counter
that's not,
offer.
no. But the emails don't cover every little aspect of what the contract covers. It has to be a written contract. Your attorney should have known that and told you don't throw good money after bad. Okay? So you end up losing that case, predictably.
Right.
And now you're here because you want me to order her to pay you $6,000 in attorney's fees.
Yes.
So why is it that people get so angry and contentious over buying and selling houses?
I think a lot of it's out of your control, and people want to have some kind of control over the whole process.
Yeah, but you could buy a pool table and you're not going to get that upset. Why have people got so upset over houses?
It's a lot of money you're investing.
And that's true, but then why over a stupid faucet does it become World War III?
It's your one opportunity to make changes to the house before it gets set in.
That's actually a pretty good point. Pretty good point, going inside the courtroom.
You, the guy who tells her, I'll buy it for $320, I'll sell it to you for $340. Change my mind. Now it's going to be $350. Change my mind. It's going to be $400.
You want me to explain?
I do.
Okay. If I had sold it to her for $340, opening an escrow, I would have lost $200-300.
How?
You know how?
Yeah. No, I
Because
don't.
she wants me to go record the deed, pay the recording fee, pay delinquent taxes, pay the association dues, which hasn't been paid for months and months, and then pay half of the escrow fee, pay the title policy, pay the recording fee again, pay
Why
the
would she want
association
you, why would she
transfer
want
fee.
you to do that? Why couldn't you just sell it with the encumbrances and she would pay all that? Why did it have to be the other
That's
way?
what I told her. Bring me the cashier check today, within 24 hours. I'll give you the property as a goodwill gesture because we speak the same language. I said, okay, I'll give it to
What do
you
mean?
at this
Wait,
time.
hold on. What do you mean you speak the same language?
We have a common language.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, it is
Urdu.
Urdu.
Okay, go on.
So I told her that I'm a goodwill gesture. You take this, but she doesn't have full amount within 20
No,
days.
but I mean, okay, but why can't you 30 days later Wait, hold on. Because I want to figure out the truth of what you're saying to me. Why is it impossible for you 30 days later to not have, you can't, if you don't record it, you can't sell it.
Exactly.
Right. What'd you do with the house, by the way?
I still have it. I'm collecting $2,300 rent for it, but I'm paying $2,700 on my credit line, which I used to buy the house.
Oh.
So it's actually negative for me, but I'm okay.
But you have it on the market?
I haven't.
Then why are you okay? How long are you going to bleed like that?
Because she said that it was under lease, and I told her that you be my agent. You go.
No, forget that. You're going into area. I just asked you, why would you keep the property? Because you're not stupid. You're here to make money. So why would you keep the property in a negative flow and not put it on the market?
Because it's in the lease.
Yeah, but you could always buy the person out of the lease.
That's what I was trying to tell you. I told her that I'm willing to give $4,000 to the guy.
No, why don't you just talk to your own tenant?
No, she will become an agent. I give you 5% commission. You talk to the tenant, give her $4,000 to move out, and she came back to me. She said he wants $8,000, and there is not enough margin for you to make profit. So I said,
everybody's sitting around with monopoly money. Yeah.
These are all lies, Your Honor.
Okay.
The lease expired.
Here's my question to you. Hold on. As for the attorney's fees, which is what you're here suing for, why? That was something that was on the table with the other judge. Why didn't your lawyer seek the attorney's fees in that case? Because that's where this kind of thing is supposed to be taken care of.
He told me that he couldn't do it at this case, and he could do it afterwards.
That's not true. Why would he say that?
Well,
I don't know that he may have told you that, but what he's saying is not true. You asked for attorney's fees in front of the judge whose case you're asking for attorney's fees on. Because who's to say, better than that judge, how much time and hours were spent on a case? That kind of is something that's resolved in the same case.
I mentioned it to my attorney, that can you go ahead and force the attorney fee to her? And she says, no, it's better off for you to go to the small claim court and you could try it that way.
That's just the silliest thing I ever heard.
So that's what I doing.
Yeah,
what
you need a new attorney.
Huh?
And that should have been litigated, and it could have been litigated, and when something should have, would have, could have been litigated in the prior case, you can't bring it up again later. That is my ruling. My ruling is for the defendant. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff loses his case. He does not get the more than $6,000 he was seeking here in court. What do you think about what the judge said? I mean, a lot of legal issues here. You probably got some bad advice from your other attorney, do you think?
I don't know about that. Probably did. But that's what my attorney told me, to claim it at the small claim court.
Well, didn't work. Okay. You're still out.
Okay,
all right. Thank you very much. Here comes the defendant. You mentioned in the courtroom that the lease expired. Is that right? The lease has expired?
Yes.
So he can now try and get him out then, right?
Yes, it is month to month now.
Month to month. All right. Well, maybe that issue is something you should make clear to him. It didn't really come out that clear in the courtroom. Right. Okay, thanks very much. A lot of legal issues here, I understand. You must sign some documents. Harvey, what do you think about this? A lot of legal stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of legal stuff here, Doug. That's why it's court. By the way, in terms of suing for malicious prosecution, you can do it, but you have to prove that the case is totally without merit, that it is brought solely out of malice. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.